Hi, Miss Travis. I just wanted to go over a few things on this plan with you. So I just want to thank you so much for inviting me to co-plan with you for our small groups. I've taken the time to review the student files, and I love to share my thoughts on how we can best support them using a responsive and evidence-based approach. So I have about 5 sections. I hope it's not too long. So, section one, chosen framework of the MTSS. For this group, I believe that the multi tiered systems of support is the best framework to guide our instruction. MTSS not only integrates academic and behavioral supports, but it also allows us to provide tiered levels of intervention that our students need based on the data and the students' progress. This will help us to become a flexible and responsive group, you and I, when it comes to each of our students and making sure that we can meet their needs, especially since they have so many different strengths and learning challenges. So essentially, MTSS encourages collaboration, continues monitoring, and it has universal access. These things that are absolutely important for diverse groupings. All right, our second thing here is the higher order thinking activity. One activity that I love for us to implement is the literature circle with a twist. Students will read a short text and then take on the roles of people like the connector, the summarizer, the questioner, the illustrator. And after reading, they'll collaborate into small groups and to discuss the story and connect it to real world events. And they can even create like visual representation using graphic organizers or a story map. This allows them to have a higher order of thinking by requiring students to not only analyze, synthesize, and evaluate the content while allowing us to scaffold and see where they are based on certain individuals in the groups. All right, part three. Part three is the strategies and the accommodations. So, to support our students, I would suggest two key strategies. One, the use of visual supports and sentence starters. These tools help students who struggle with expression, both written and verbal. For example, students like Simone, who struggles with organizing thoughts in writing, will benefit from structured templates and visual cues that guide her thinking, and this will align with the UDL principles and supports both academic and language development. The second strategy I thought about was flexible peer pairing. We can pair students based on their complementary strengths to one another. For example, a student who reads fluently but may struggle with that comprehension piece can be paired with someone who processes information deeply but needs help with like decoding or reading with such automaticity. This helps both students feel confident and supported while promoting independence and engagement. Part four, we're getting through. I promise. I promise. Adapting for outline, hybrid, or like multi age settings. If we are in a virtual or a hybrid environment, we need to make a few adjustments like the framework adaptation, MTSS would still work, but we'd rely more heavily on digital informative assessments and virtual check ins to monitor their progress. The next is the activity adaptation. The literature circles could be more conducted via breakout rooms where the students could use Jamboard or Google Docs to collaborate on them. The next strategy adaptation is the visual supports that can be shared daily, and we'd allow the students to respond using video or voice if typing is like a barrier for them. And the last one is the accommodations for the multi age groups. We differentiate text by reading level and assign roles based on the ability rather than grade level to maintain the inclusivity. Last but not least, of course, we have our technology tools. Number five. So, two tech tools that I recommend are Padlet. This tool allows students to post written or visual responses to prompts in real time. It supports voice, drawing, and typed responses, making it accessible and inclusive for all different learning styles. The next one is Flip, which is formerly Flipgrid. Flip is the perfect way for students to reflect, explain, or present ideas on video, especially for students who may struggle with written expression. It also builds communication skills and confidence in safe and teacher moderate spaces for our students. And again, I just want to thank you so much, Miss Travis, for your collaboration. I'm so excited to support our groups together, continue to build engaging and inclusive lessons together, and just have a great year. Talk to you soon.